Here is a true story. John goes to visit a friend. However, he arrives at the wrong address. Someone comes to the door. He asks where his friend is and when he would be back. His tone, his voice, his gestures. Everything seems strange to these people. Confused, he keeps asking where his friend is and when he would be back. They say he doesn't live there, and confused, they call the police. After numerous requests from the police to leave, he still insists that his friend is there and says that he is there and he wants to see him. They have no choice but to arrest him, and he is taken into custody. He has nobody to bail him out. With the court case set more than a month away, he winds up spending his time in the county jail without prescribed medication or psychiatric care. He's confused, and this turns out to be a vicious cycle. Everyone, this is John. He is mentally ill. As you can see, mental disabilities impair one's abilities to advocate for oneself, understand legal proceedings, and communicate effectively. There are many cases where this happens, and you just heard one of these cases. In reality, this happens to hundreds of thousands of mentally ill individuals year after year. And at every step along the way, their needs are often overlooked and their voices go unheard. Remember, these are not just numbers. These are our family members, our friends, our brothers, our sisters. We have the power to advocate for these people and help reduce these misunderstandings. One thing that I've learned is that many people lack an understanding about mental disabilities. So our first step to helping these people is by increasing awareness and educating the public about the nature and effects of these conditions. Although protections under the Americans with Disabilities Act and the case of Atkins v. Virginia theoretically safeguard disabled individuals' rights, the amount to which these protections are upheld varies widely depending on the jurisdiction, which can lead to them being at a lack of access to their mental health care and accommodations that go with that. There have also been many diversion programs that have been created throughout the years in order to effectively help the mentally ill. However, there need to be more to be developed throughout the year in the future, as there have been very few created in order to effectively help them. Again, something that is very important and one heart-wrenching truth that we have to confront is that many people lack the understanding to what mental health is in the mentally ill. Our first step is by increasing awareness and advocating for these mentally ill individuals. By doing so, we can advocate for government officials to address these injustices and educate our law enforcement to be able to understand these conditions and what's going on so that they can mediate these situations rather than escalating them unnecessarily. There have been many treatment facilities that have opened up throughout the years, which provide access to mental health care, treatment and support, and the care and support that they desperately need. However, there needs to be more created. Also, there have been many community-based support services that have been shown to be very helpful for the mentally ill. These community-based support services would include job training, counseling, and social activities, which have shown to significantly benefit the mentally ill. And it's actually been shown that these treatment facilities are 10 times more effective than traditional mandatory sentencing with traditional rule enforcement. Let me say that again. Community-based support services are 10 times more effective than traditional rule enforcement with mandatory sentencing. We have to consider initiatives such as the Avid Jail Project, which seeks to improve the community-based support services, such as the incarceration of the mentally ill in state jails and prisons, and seeks to help them and grant them the access to the care and support they desperately need. Also, we should advocate for government officials to have proper access and be able to understand how to help the mentally ill. Also, psychiatrists and other psychiatric professionals and those who work in the psychiatric units often do not have medical background, and this is a concerning gap that needs to be addressed. Now, you may be wondering, what happened to John? John has since then reconnected with his family and is now living with them. He's actually a family member of mine, and we have provided him with immense support and care that many in the same situation as him were not as lucky to get. He was one of the lucky ones and is a very rare case. With the support that we have given him, he has been able to reintegrate into society. However, we need to be able to provide the support that we have been able to provide to John to many other people. So I want to leave you thinking about the efforts and the steps that we need to take in order to prioritize individuals such as John, and so that we can create a more just and compassionate future. Thank you.